Hello, transport nerds and fellow planners, and welcome back to Talking Planning for the final review of 2022. This year, I've had a fairly long run of Scania and SAAB vehicles recently, and I wanted to change it up and close out the year with something responsible but special to add some extra variety. And for that, we're heading down to Melbourne to jump on board an electric bus. Melbourne is obviously famed for its trams and resisted the trend after the Second World War ended to remove tram networks and replace them with diesel buses. But Melbourne isn't necessarily just a modern transport planner's dream, and it did still develop a very strong appetite for private vehicle use during the post-war era, which is shared amongst most other Aussie cities. Melbourne, to that note, also still has a sizable bus network, and fortunately, there is now an emphasis to move that towards lower and zero tailpipe emission technology. And to that end, let's go and check out this BYD D9RA with a Volgren Optimus body at Kinetic.
Kinetic took over the Melbourne metropolitan bus contract at the end of January 2022, which was previously held by Transdev. I remember catching Transdev buses back in November 2019, and the vast majority of that fleet made its way over to Kinetic. These buses, however, were built after the takeover, and the ones I've spotted wore a special clean energy livery, which is a subtle but attractive design. In the early stages at least, most transport authorities want their cleaner technology vehicles to be showcased in special liveries, but this usually fades away as they become more widely adopted. The BYD D9RA Volgren Optimus combo is fairly popular around Australia, and I've caught one in Sydney with Transdev and one at Transdev Capalaba, both of which also had special electric bus colour schemes. Kinetic has also taken delivery of similar buses on the Gold Coast. By now, I've caught plenty of Volgren Optimus vehicles over the years, and chances are you have too, so there shouldn't be too many surprises here. The colours inside are a little different though, with orange handrails instead of the more common yellow or polished stainless steel, and the seats are trimmed in a burgundy, orange and grey pattern, except for the priority seats, which feature a clashing PTV triangle pattern, which is a similar but different sort of look. As this was filmed on a June Melbourne morning, it was cool, a bit grey and a little drizzly, so the bright LED lighting helped brighten up this interior enough to see it clearly. This allows you to see a few neat touches that were fitted, including extra stop bells on the window pillars, a great choice for route service buses, openable hopper windows and graffiti-resistant panelling. These are great to have, especially on a city bus, and are complemented by comfortable bench seats. When it comes to performance, electric motors have the benefit of being able to deliver a bunch of torque. They're typically much quieter than a diesel engine, are much more efficient at idle, and don't produce tailpipe emissions. All of these attributes are particularly beneficial for urban route services. And usually, specifications are also pretty impressive, with the similar K9 series offering up a combined 400 horsepower and 1100 Nm of torque from twin wheel motors, which is similar in torque to many modern roof buses, but with significantly more horsepower. For whatever reason, I haven't been able to find specs for the D9RA, but given in other markets there's a K9MD, which is a long-range version of that bus, I wonder if D9RA is just a different name for the long-range model. Let's have a listen to it now. As you probably know from watching a few of my previous series, I am quite a fan of electric bus technology for many of the benefits that I previously have mentioned. I even did a Bus Week series back in February featuring a fair few of them, and there are plenty more electric buses that you'll see in the new year. And on that, keep your eyes peeled for the Year That Was video, which will be coming out just before the new year kicks off. So, thank you for joining me, and I will see you again on New Year's Eve.